Alright. Shalom, shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to first love for praising and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, great millstones, trust, truth, and love of the flock. Peace, martyr, Akim, and slain with truth and sincerity, and peace and blessed to the hopeful light. This is Brother Bummer Cobb coming at you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, to feed the flock of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the Lord's chosen nation of people, the Lord tribe of Israel, and the only nation on this planet that has salvation coming to us, which is times are getting closer and closer. And I just wanted to do, a quick, Lord's will edifying lesson on, keep having the faith and just keep pushing, man. That is the title in this lesson, and, it was inspired by, yesterday brothers had class, and we was, going into Genesis, the 5th chapter. Really that whole chapter is good. I most definitely recommend brothers to just read that whole chapter. And in the NLT too. But you can bounce from the KJV and NLT, but that NLT in that specific chapter was snapping. So, I prepped this lesson yesterday, and a brother, he has sent, this image in the chat, and you had to download X to be able to watch it. So I downloaded it, and I scrolled down a little bit after seeing what the brother posted, and this is what I see. And this is all the Spirit says. If you lost everything, will you still worship? Would you still worship the Lord? I know it says would you still worship to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai? So, and that's what we're about to figure out. And in that time of testing, you just got to keep pushing, man. You got to keep having the faith. All right, because this faith is all that we got. All right? So I'm going to bring out a few precepts. So, I don't like how it's like that. I'm going to bring out a few precepts, and, I hope I want this lesson be edifying, man. But definitely that 2 Corinthians 5 and NLT, because I think basically we're just going to be reading from the NLT. But that NLT is snapping, like edifying. You could definitely eat off that NLT. So this is 2 Corinthians 5 verse 6. So we are always in the NLT. So we are always confident, even though we know that as long as we live in these bodies, we are not at home with the Lord. For we live by believing and not seeing. So we live by believing. This is how we live, man. This is how we live. We live by believing, not seeing. So we don't gotta, see Yahushua to come down to believe that, he coming down to save us. We didn't have to see, his story. I remember some historians went to the Sodom and Gomorrah place, man. Turn this on D&D. Went to Sodom and Gomorrah, showed, I forgot what the word was, but brothers know what I'm talking about, man. They went to the Sodom and Gomorrah, and still you see artifacts from there. There's a specific, you see the Noah's Ark implant, like that people believe what Noah's Ark is. You even got them chariots that they be riding back then. They was riding in the ocean. We didn't have to see all that to believe in the flood. We didn't have to see all of that to believe that the Lord delivered us out of Egypt. We didn't have to see that, all right, to believe that, that the Lord rained fire on Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Why? Because we have that faith. That faith. We have that faith, so we're not gonna get comfortable here. So like it, not get comfortable here. I got this notepad in front of my face and I read it, but we have this faith. Oh yeah. So we have the faith, so we're not gonna get comfortable here, so we don't be deceived, and we gonna ultimately have this faith to believe. You know, in other words, we have this faith is what makes us believe. We didn't have to. We have this faith, so we don't have to see it. There you go. We have this faith, so we didn't have to see everything. We didn't have to see everything. We didn't have to see the miracles Yahushua did to believe that he did the miracles. We didn't have to see him walk on water. We didn't have to see that. We didn't have to see that, but what? We believed that happened. You see what I'm trying to lay out? It's about that faith. So going back to this post, and this is all the Spirit. I just saw this today. Look, the image literally says today at 4:20. Well, it's 4:20 now, but no, it's 4:54. So this was taken at 4:20, man. This is all the Spirit. I didn't even know that this was going to go with the lesson. That's the Lord. So it says, if you lost everything, you will. It says, if you lost everything, would you still worship to Yahweh Shem Shai? And for the elect, that answer is yes. For those that don't put their plows down, for those that keep pushing in this faith, for those that keep believing in Yahweh Shai, for those who keep striving towards that mark of perfection, that mark of salvation, yes, that answer is yes. All right. This Hebrews 11 verse 1. Let me see. Oh no. This Hebrews 11 verse 1. Faith is the confidence that what we hope for will actually happen. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. Going back to my point, we didn't have to see all these miracles that would happen. We didn't have to see Elijah, all right, rain down. I'm calling the Lord to rain down fire from heaven. We didn't have to see that, but we believe it. We didn't have to see the Lord, deliver the three holy children. We didn't have to see that. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We didn't have to see that. We didn't have to see Daniel in the lion's den. But what? It says it gives us assurance about things that we cannot see. It gives assurance about things we not see. We slacking. Golly. This ain't a bum making me stutter. It's okay. Call Yahweh Shema Shai. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. All right? So it gives us assurance because we like, nah, this had to happen. Because we believe in the script. That's the assurance. Faith is the confidence. So we have confidence that this happened. That what we hope for will actually happen. So we hope that Yahushua coming on them chariots, right? So what does that tell you? All right. This is Luke 9, verse 62. But Yahushua told him, anyone who puts a hand to the plow and then looks back is not fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. So if you doing this work, studying, and you just stop, you go back in the world, you're not worthy to, be them first fruits. And something that's been heavy for these past 2 weeks that brothers been saying is that, the 2/3 when they come back, they gonna come through, through sex. But our bodies aren't going to be made through that. That's going to be designed by Yahweh Shai, man. So would you rather? So would you want to know how marvelous it's going to be like, man, I was created by Yahweh Shai. What? Yahweh Shai is second of everything. Anything you can imagine. He's second of everything. So you mean to tell me that we got created, like our body specifically, like he took his time, made our body, our bodies, our crowns. Yeah, Yahweh Shai made me this. Our bodies, our crowns. He made that for us. Man, that's a whole nother feeling. So this is why, this is things that you got to think about, man. You got to think about, the reward. That's it. The reward. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 5 verse 9. It says, so whether we are here in this body or away from this body, our goal is to please him. Why? Not only because we was told to please him, but also because we will know what the reward is to pleasing him. Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Man, all y'all gotta do is have faith in me, and I'm gonna have y'all in Jacob's trouble. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have y'all doing SPs here. But all y'all I need y'all to do is just believe in me, do the work, and you good. That's all the Lord asking. Y'all gonna be able to shall be in league with thee. You might have a bear, come and pull up for you. And people be thinking like, and this is one thing that I just went over, with the priest Maracab, we was building about, how to a little bit build about bears. And we was basically talking if, one shotgun bullet could kill him to the head. And I was telling her, I was like, nah. I said, I think you're going to need like 2, 3, 4. And when you search it up, it says that bear skulls can deflect it. So it's going to take you some bullets to kill the bear. Deflective? No, it's a projectile. What does that tell you? Projectile. Imagine having that pull up for you. Man, the Lord's something else, man. But this is what you got to think about. What pleasing him has glory coming. You want this glory. You want to be able to do as you want to be able to have superpowers. You want to be able to live in the kingdom. You want to be able to say, "Oh yeah, man, I was made by Yahweh. I was made by Yahweh Shai." You want to be able to tell your sons and daughters in the kingdom that how it all went down from the chariot perspective, not from down here. All right. So this is the last precept, and then we'll close out. This is 2 Corinthians 5 verse 13 in the NLT. If it seems we are crazy, so yes, to the world they be out there, man, y'all crazy. I remember one Edomite pulled up last week. Y'all are preaching the false gospel. Shut up, man. But you see that this is to the world that we're crazy. Like y'all crazy over there saying that so-called Jesus is black. Salakia. That the Messiah is so-called black man, not a white man. His name's not Jesus. His name's Yahweh Shai. Which we all speak in facts. We just seem crazy to the world. Because they're not used to this. They used to that placebo. Brothers with some free time, look at placebo. It basically goes into like false medication, make your mind think that you're good when you're not. So it might seem like we're crazy, but we're not crazy. You crazy. Continuing on, it says it is to bring glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yeah, we doing this all for the Lord. All right. It says, and if we are in our right minds, it is for your benefit. It's for our benefit. Yeah, we praising the Lord, but don't you see how much we finna be benefited off of doing this? The Lord just want us to believe, preach. That's it. You know, you got believers that's just gonna believe. But if you like a brother that pushing, the Lord has blessed you to speaking, you better speak. Because if you don't, that you playing with your salvation. All right. But this is probably my favorite precept. Out of all the precepts I read, this is probably my favorite precept. Because it says, if we're in our right mind, just for our benefit. That's beautiful. We have the kingdom coming to us. Don't let anything make you fall out. Don't let anything make you fall out. I don't care if it's Shaquisha. I don't care if it's the job. I don't. Ultimately, the Lord don't care. The Lord don't care if Shaquisha, the job, your children, you want to run up the bag. First off, pray. Second off, if you want to just try to make that up for excuses, guess what? The Lord going to kick you out of this thing and you're going to be eating a nuke. So this is things to think about. I got to think about praising Yahweh Shai that day. I got to think about girding up my mind in that day. I gotta gird up my loins as a man, as the scripture say. All right? But hey, man, that was really the point of the lesson. I want to close out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Kakudash. The one I say, apostles, the elders, grand Muslim, tell the truth to all the flock. Peace and mercy, I can listen with truth and sincerity. Peace, blessing, and hopeful light. Until next time, as well. Shalom.